Good day to you friends and followers, my name is Gray Fox, and welcome back to Paragon. In this episode we're going to be talking about Faye. As you can see here on the Heroes page, you will see that Faye is a caster that has growth and intellect as her two affinities. Absolutely love that combination. She's a 3-8-3-1, and everything else is pretty basic. So we're going to jump in here and take a look at her master tree, which you can see I've already bought. Her challenger skin that you're seeing, I don't really dig. Master skin is pretty cool. I like the fact that it actually affects all of the armor, so that it's not just kind of like an attachment to the armor skin. Here is the taunt. Not really a big fan of the taunt. Taunt kind of makes it look like the model is stiff. I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of the way that really looks. And then looking at the abilities real quick here. Floret, which is your standard R2 attack, is 35 damage. Untamed Growth is an AoE that the damage works the same as Howitzer's ultimate, so it ticks 50% during 3 seconds, and then at the final tick, it ends up dealing the other 50% damage. Square is a straight line attack that has a slowing effect on it and a damage with a base of 50 energy. Circle works like Howitzer's Square, and the difference is it deals 75 damage, and in the event that you hit a hero with it, it refunds the cost. So as long as you have the mana, you can keep casting it. And then the ultimate is an AoE that after 1.25 seconds, so 1.25 seconds, it will pull enemy heroes within the range to the core of it, so to the center of it, and then it will deal 100 damage base. And this is a great one to use in conjunction with other heroes, such as Howitzer, or as Gideon, or even Steel. So it's a very neat ultimate, but very supportive ultimate, which is good because we're seeing more reliance with this ultimate. So you're not using like Murdoch, who's just, his ultimate's just sniping someone across the map. And then we'll touch on the final skin, by the way. Actually, should touch on all things. You didn't see this one yet, which is the Frost one. I really like this one. Very cool northern theme. I haven't bought it yet because I'm waiting to see if in a week or so they release another skin, since we have other characters who already have several skins released for them. And then this is the default skin that you'll have if you don't buy the challenge mode. I prefer this skin anyway. I just think it looks better than this one. So that being said, we are going to go ahead and touch on the deck. Now this is a very prototypey deck. This is a very like just a bunch of cards thrown in to test things because I wanted to know how certain things worked, how damage scaled and all that. So I took these Whirling Wands and put them in for a DPS build. And then I used Circlet of Health for co-op build because Circle of Health is such a great support card. Mind Flow because I like what it does. Overflowing Gifts because it's a heal and it works for everyone around you. And then this Chronomancer disc is messed up. I just want to point that out. I'm going to go ahead and drop this one for now. Of course, the disc, this is for the damage build as well. And I was aiming for cooldown and damage. And then the Pendulum, of course, because this is a great mana card. Gives you cooldown, mana, health. All around amazing card to use. Mad Spore Sash has been fixed. And I'm using this one just because it gives great defense as well as the abilities fixed and a little bit of health. One of my favorite cards in the game is Hydroverser because you can alternatively build a character with just mana and still be able to get damage pumped out. So I've got this card in this deck as well, and a lot of this was just used to see if I go straight damage and mana, how it works. If I go with a supporty build, how is it going to work? And of course, Mad Spore Sash is in there in case we're against a team that's very tank heavy. So, if you're looking against Steel, Fang Mao, and Richter, Mad Spore Sash actually does make a difference. The downfall is although they did fix the card, I used to read that it did a lot more damage than what it does here, which is 15 plus player level. So if you're level 5 and you have it, then it would deal 20 damage. But the problem is by the time you dealt any significant damage, you'd be looking at probably somewhere around 10 seconds in their area, and it's only 200 total damage. So I like Mad Spore Sash paired with the ultimate. So you pop ultimate on top of yourself, it pulls them in, the Mad Spore hits them. There's some usefulness in that. Since this is fixed, I'll be putting it in future builds that I've been waiting on a couple of videos to go up for when this got fixed. So just giving a heads up that there will be a thing with this soon. All right, so Hydroverser, for those who don't know what it does, it is a passive that gives you energy damage equal to 5% of your current mana. So bumping up your mana means more damage, which means you don't have to put any points into particularly your damage as much as if you were going to go pure damage, and it allows you to have more mana, which means bigger pool, which means you stay out there longer, etc., etc. And it works with wanting to use things like Overflowing Gifts and Mind Flow, which Mind Flow is roll over 50% mana, you gain 12.5% cooldown reduction. And the bigger the pool of mana is, the more likely you're to be over 50% of it. So better cooldown reduction, which again works with, just everything in conjunction. So trying to get a lot of synergy in this deck. So I'm trying to get a lot of things working together. And again, this is a very big just test deck for me to see how things are kind of going. I love Circlet of Health because it gives that 4.2 to nearby allies and yourself. So just having it as a 4.2 health regen. There are other things out here I want to mess with. I don't like the fact that they changed Beastmaster Key to 15 bonus damage. I liked it better when it was just 50% bonus damage, so not a big fan of that. I'll probably work the Chronomancer disc over here in at some point again, and we'll figure other things out as I go along. There's a lot of things I do want to mess with. There's some unique passives like the Bud of Changeling for poison, and then while burning. I love to work in Quantum Casing or especially Etherweave Mesh because it's an energy armor defense where I'm using Mad Spore Sash as my other. Plus I want to use really the troops for when I actually do a good co-op build because it gives you the attack speed to nearby allies. There's just so many things here that are just so nice because of it being growth and intellect. So it's just something to consider if you are looking to do a build with Faye. I think she's going to be a really fantastic character to just mess with. But at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and play this character, and I'm going to do something for today that I haven't done yet. And I'm going to play solo versus AI. And I know that's going to be kind of annoying and a little bit boring. And I apologize for that, but the point of this video is to show the character, what the character looks like, how the movesets work, all of that. And the point of being able to do that is going to be kind of pushed aside, and it's going to not be prioritized if I go into co-op versus AI, because I did a stream on this earlier. If you have not seen that stream, I suggest you go and watch that before I get into this match. Just because of the fact that you can kind of see what it's like going into it, or if you've tried already, you know that everyone wants Faye. There's maybe like 3% of people out there who are not wanting to play Faye, and in turn, getting Faye is absolutely nightmarish. It is just an absolute pain, and definitely go check out that stream if you want to see some interesting co-op play with her. And I think that it's going to be a little bit before I can actually get a video going where I can actually properly display this character like I did with Gideon and Chimera and Grux and Sparrow and all the people that are already up, and even the people in the future, because it's so much easier just to go ahead and say, oh, I'm going to jump into a game and grab Steel. You really have no competition. People are like, oh, okay. But when it comes to Faye, they're all like first come, first serve. If you're not first in that line, you better be fast on square, because they will take it. So at any point, I'm done rambling about that, because that's just the way it works, unfortunately. That's the nature of this game. Of course, the weekly event is to level Faye, so that will be a thing. And if you do manage to if you are first in co-op, no matter who you want to play, I would say grab Faye and play her at least once, at least jump in and mess with it, and just enjoy the character. The first thing I'm going to grab is either going to be this Chronomancer disc or it's going to be this Circlet. And since I'm doing a solo match, it seems a little bit irrelevant in a lot of ways. Actually, I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and grab Mind Flow for right now. Mostly because that's going to give me very early cooldown reduction. And I'm going to go ahead and grab R1, which is my favorite ability that she has. So as you can see here, this is the Challenger skin in motion. I did go ahead and leave it on for this because I figured there will be fewer people that are actually going to be using this skin as there are people who are going to be using the standard skin. And so by doing this video, I can just show off this skin and not really have any, well, I guess I'll have more uniqueness to it is where I was going with that. Now, one problem with using the bots is that her being a support character, you don't really get to support the bots as much. And it's a little bit different, I guess. I'm terrible at aiming. See, 32 damage here on Muriel. Now we're going to pop down our R1. Combine that with Gadget. That's pretty good. Pretty good usage right there. So now we're going to go ahead and try to get Murdoch here if we can. We don't do a lot of damage, but there we go. Good deal. Once I level up, I will show the other abilities off as I go through and the ultimate. I don't know that I'll go ahead and just complete this match because that seems irrelevant. It doesn't really matter. It's not like there's really a big strategy going on here. It's just a matter of showing off the abilities, the skills, and so on. So, that being said, I do apologize for this not being a more in-depth or better video in general. So, I'm going to wait until the next minions show up, and then I'm going to use my square and show how that works. And then we're going to go ahead and lay this right about here. As you can see, this is the AoE at work, and then how it ticks and then does 50% of the remaining damage on that final tick. Now with square, woo, we have no minions in here. I don't know what I was thinking. Now with square, she lays out that bramble path, and it deals damage, and it slows down anything that touches it, which is great. Now Muriel's itching to get a hold of us too. So now we have Murdoch. Let's go ahead and lay this down right about here. So we can just get some damage on these minions to get some XP going. Come on. It does take a while. Her base damage is not that high for her R2. Maybe we can get Murdoch down. Maybe not. Should have been a little bit quicker on that, that's for sure. Go ahead and lay this out. Make them walk towards. It's great for minions. Like that's a really great minion. What's the word like for? Like a crowd controlling minion spell. All right, we're gonna grab circle. I'm gonna lay down another R2 right here because we have so many people coming through. So not much damage at the beginning with it though. Ooh, okay, we're gonna go ahead and use our circle ability. As you can see, it isn't super hard hitting, but it does give that refund on mana as well. I'm not going to live through this, am I? Oh, I am. I'm going to try to kill him. Good job. Yeah. Now, square ability again. And then, speak of howitzer, right there he is. I'm going to go ahead and head back to the core. This is her porting animation. Kind of a neat one. It's different, I like it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just dump some points into mana here. Go ahead and finish this card up. Good news about that card, of course, being that cooldown reduction is not based on completing the card. It's just the effect of the card. So if you don't really want to go mana right away, you just want the bonus, you can just throw the card on and then move on to another card. That's what I like about a lot of the cards, actually, that are used in the setup, like overflowing gifts or whatnot. You can just throw that on at the beginning of the game and use it as a heal for you and your teammates. And then if you decide you don't want to use it, just unequip it. Or not unequip it, but if you don't like the health regen, is where I was going with that. You don't actually have to use your health regen cards that are attached to it. You can just leave the card there and move on to something else. Like if you're wanting to move on to this card, or if you're wanting to go ahead and save up for Hydroverser, then there's a lot of options there. So we're getting ever closer to our ult. You can see NPC freaking out over that. And then we do this. Look at that. Look at the crowd control you can possess right there. They're just scared to death of the vines. Circle. Ugh. I hate that pull. Again, AoE. Again, not much damage right now. I don't think it's going to catch him in time. Nope. Getting ever closer to ultimate. And come on, almost. Level 5. Let's grab ult. Cool. Now I want to point out one thing is that this ult does not work on minions and such. You can't just pop your ult and have it pull in a bunch of minions and own them. It works on heroes. So, feels like this character is, you know, certainly geared toward the PvP setting and being useful in that setting. So, like, for instance, if we want to do the, well, Muriel's too far out. We really need to get Muriel more up this hill here. So go ahead and let those minions run to that tower. Tower will beat those guys down. And we'll just lay this right here. Looks like Muriel might be leaving, which is not good. I need you to come back, please. Are you going to come back, please? No, you're going to leave. That's awesome. You're just leaving there. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and cut through. And I am going to go over to here where this Murdoch is and our teammates. And we are going to see what we can get done on this side of the map. I'll be coming up behind Murdoch. Go ahead and pop Alt right here. See, it's going to pull him back in. Fang Mao got him. And that's pretty much how Ultimate just functions. That's really the functionality of it right there. Nothing incredibly powerful or special otherwise. It's just you know, a basic grab. It's kind of like the effect of Murdoch's grab, or not Murdoch, jeez, of Richter's grab or of Grux's grab, just in a different environment. Like it's just attached to an ultimate. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can get a little more XP and card power under our belt, although I'm a bit low, so I probably shouldn't do too much here. Make Gideon run away. And we'll head on back to the core for a moment. And I think I'm going to go ahead and grab Overflowing Gifts. Now, I do believe there's a blue card, and I will have to look this up to make sure. But I know in Order, there's a card that will give you a shield. I'm almost positive in Intellect there's one that gives a shield. So I was thinking right could be Overflowing Gifts, left could be the shield, and then up is the attack speed one I saw. And then I believe there might be a mana one. I'm not too sure. I'm not sure how that would work out. But if you want to go really, really hardcore support, then, you know, that's a great way to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and take down this guy here. Working on Grim. We're going to take Alt to the face, yep. See if we can get Grim down real quick. There's Grim. Do that, and then that. And then that. Have everything at once. Should have hit circle while I was at it. See, it doesn't pierce. That is one thing that is unfortunate, that circle doesn't pierce. Which would be overpowered, I get it. Because you could just go straight through minions, hit the hero, and then never run out of mana with it. I just constantly use it. And I take it with me. So there it is, guys. 10 minutes with Faye in combat, or at least in a match. Just give you a general idea of how the character does work. You know, everything out from here out, there's going to be damage builds, support builds, mana-based builds, ability builds. There's going to be a lot. And there's going to be a lot of stuff showing it off because it's going to be a very popular character. So, again, this is just a preliminary video. This is just to show the character that's new. There will be videos coming up where I will show the builds that I'm particularly using. It's not going to be quite this weird and outlandish where it's all prototypey. It's going to be something very refined that I show how I build, what I use, what card order I use, and why I do it. Same as I do with other characters. Also, I wanted to point out while I'm in this video that there will be more videos coming up of videos I've already done, or characters I've already done. So, for instance, going back to, like, Sparrow, I didn't realize that my Sparrow video was really as short as it is. And I felt like, man, I just really didn't get a chance to show how I play that character off very well. So I want to do that. I want to go back and redo a Murdoch video, and I want to show a crit based build that I was initially using, and just stuff like that. I want to go back and redo howitzer so you can hear it better. I didn't realize the quality was just so much crap until I was actually getting the finishing editing in, and I'm like, man, it still doesn't sound as good as I was hoping I could make it sound. And it's, just there's a lot of little things I didn't like, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to give you guys better, proper videos. So, at any rate, guys, thank you so much for watching this. I hope that you find it interesting. If you have anything that you've discovered or anything you like about this character, please post it in the comments. Let me know. If there's any kind of build that you found that you just absolutely love in the meantime, feel free to let me know. And I will get my build up as soon as I can. Also, tonight, which is August 2nd, Tuesday, there will be hopefully another live stream coming up. And in it, then maybe we'll be testing more build stuff. So if there is, then it'll be following this video. If there isn't, then that means there hasn't been time for it, and I apologize, but there will be more character information stuff up. So thank you guys so much, and I appreciate every single like, every single comment. If you want to see more great videos, please feel free to subscribe and check out the Paragon build playlist that I have. So I will catch all of you guys in the next video, and thank you so much for watching. Gray Fox out.